I'm just gonna hit record, and I'm like, Aaron, what do you think about today's dogs?
Well, I think it's like, they're getting a little bit more popular now that, they're just more accessible and people are going to the pounds and just getting them. So now it's like people are having like 5 or 6 dogs where they used to only have 1 or 2.
Here's something I learned. The ducks at the park are free. They do not charge you for those. You can just take home a duck. And ducks, to be honest, ducks have always kind of been accessible, but there was never really one meeting point for ducks to all kind of get together and get snatched up, They were all kind of just dispersed around various ponds or lakes or foliage-based watery scenes. All right, we're back in this shit. Oh, fuck, I gotta turn that phone off. God damn it. Right when I started up. All right, whatever. Anyway, so listen. Here's something. Well, we can actually probably turn the monitoring for this down. Here we go. All right, so essentially what I'm getting at here is I work in a corporate office. I'm not going to say where, especially if we're going to post this. And there's this kid there. And when I'm like working with these 2 other girls, they always mention about like how nice he dresses. They're always like, oh, like he's a good dresser. He dresses nice. And I'm like, what makes him like somebody who dresses well? People are probably eating me alive for saying he dresses good. But like, why does he dress well? And they're like, he just like really put together, blah, blah, blah. And he's wearing like sweatpants, like a yellow mustard, like fake distressed Harley Davidson shirt, and like crew socks, and like, I don't need like New Balance shoes and shit. And he has like his hair, he's like shaved on the sides and stuff, and he has all the rest slicked back. He's like a Mexican kid. And he's a cool guy and stuff. He's not like a super duper good looking guy or anything. He's not like a bad looking guy at all. But like, it's weird that they like the first thing they mention is like how like well he dresses, and it makes me feel so like out of touch as a 30-year-old person, because they're all like 22, 23. So it makes me feel like, what the fuck? Because like, I'm just over here wearing jeans and a shirt like some asshole. I need to get some goddamn sweatpants and a fucked up fake Harley Davidson shirt and some New Balances and, watch the girls flow in pretty much.
Oh, shit. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me to a point. I mean, it kind of just sounds like he's trying to be like leisurely, He's like, I'm just going to be comfortable. I'm going to be in it at any suggestion, at like any suggested moment. He could get up, go do stuff. Like,
do you think that like, do you think like girls like there's something deep down in them, like, how it's like guys like some primal instinct to like hunt or whatever. It's like some primal instinct to them when they see sweatpants. They're like, like comfort, and like they see the sweatpants and they're immediately attracted because they're like, that motherfucker knows how to lay around and watch 6 episodes of fucking whatever in a row. The X-Files. Probably not the X-Files, especially if they're 22, but you know what I mean. Whatever they're watching. Rivermore. What's it called? No, the one about Archie. Rivendell. That one. No, Rivendell's a place in Skyrim, I think.
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what any of those are. But I mean, I think it could be. I think like, the rules of like attractiveness have like definitely changed since we were in our early 20s. I mean, let's face it, I never really knew what that was myself, but I mean, I saw other people doing it and they were killing it. But I mean, I feel like the styles have changed at least a little bit, and I don't know, like my own personal style though, like I feel like that's like really bad and I need to work on it in general. So I feel like this is something we could look more into and learn from it on a whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we need to go sweatpants shopping or something. Here, it's like, I don't know, it's like leisurely basketball vibes or something. It's like, just got off the court, took a shower, now I'm just kicking it, like, but like, I live balls to the walls at all other moments except for this one because right now I'm just chilling in my sweatpants and my New Balances and my Harley shirt. I don't ride. I drive a Mercedes. Oh wait, no, it's a BMW. I think he drives a BMW. Does not ride a Harley. That's for sure. I want to make sure that goes on record. Also, yeah, how far into this are we? Oh man, it's only been like, I don't know. I'm not even gonna pretend to know. It's all in seconds. I'm not gonna do the math on that one. You got a math school, but yeah, it's weird to me. But it's weird to me that they're like, he dresses nice. Like that's the thing they go for. They're not like, oh, he just presents himself well or whatever. Like, or he's like put together well or anything. They like specifically mention they dress as well. And then this other chick came up and somebody mentioned it, and I was like, yeah, like I don't get it. And she was like, well, he's always got like dress shoes on and stuff. And we all look down, like he's like on the other side of the cubicle, and he's like, we can see his feet under there, and he's wearing like New Balances or some shit. And I was like, what? And they were like, well, usually. And I was like, no, not usually. Usually this dude's wearing sweatpants and a fucking whatever, you know? Yeah. So it's a thing. It makes me feel out of touch. We're old. 30 is the new like 55. Except we don't get discounts at Denny's.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I could do without the discounts at Denny's. That's something I don't need in my life. But I mean, thinking on it now, like, what if it was just like an off couple days? They saw him like super dressed up, and they were like, "Damn!" When he's like up to his tens, he's looking actually like really good, and like that could be a follow.
Is that something kids say, up to his tens? Because that makes me feel even more out of touch because I've never even fucking heard that phrase. Up to his tens, what?
Like just to the tens.
Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
I mean, I was gonna say you look dapper, but that's like
Fuck. Damn, that would have resonated with me. I would not have. I would have been like, yeah, dapper. I get you. Dressed to the tens. What the fuck? Oh my god, what number am I dressing to? Shit, probably low sevens. I gotta do something. No shit. All right. Well, that's probably a first. I need to find out what my dressing number is first, and then I need to Google how to get 3 more dress points to get up to a 10 or whatever.
Yeah, another thing you could do is like definitely go by like style. That's one thing like I've had to look up in the past, which I've never been able to do because I don't really, have the ability to go through that. But like definitely different body types have different clothes styles that look good on them. Like for bigger dudes like me, essentially, it's like, I don't know, more like a laid back older dude kind of look. It's kind of weird. I'm not like. No, it's not like that. It's more like a propered like, I don't know, almost looking like I should be like in a golf club somewhere. Like that's what it tells me. Yeah, like a vesty thing. No, it's so bad. That's why I was like, I need to lose the weight because I need to get out of that closed group. I need to get into a 10 in a different size league because what was going for me in this league is not looking too well. So I'm just gonna kind of wait on my fashion till I drop down a bit. It's gonna be great.
So let's talk about that real quick. We're both losing like a lot of weight right now. Me and Aaron have gone to the gym every day this year, and a little bit of last year. I think. I know for sure the first onward at least though, because it's already the 6th. So we've started this weight loss competition where the grand prize is roughly like $150. We have 4 people total, and whoever loses the most pounds, just straight up, gets a whatever they want. So I chose a guitar case. Aaron chose a bass, and my mom wants this like tea set, and my aunt just wants straight up money. So we're like, cool. It's like $150 ish each. So we're losing weight like crazy. So Aaron, what kind of style do you think you're gonna go for once you lose this weight? Because right now, how much are you?
Right now I'm sitting at, what was it, 318 as of this morning, and I think once I go lower, right now I'm not kind of too sure, but like I feel like something like, I don't know, something like casual but not like too crazy, like maybe button up, like some like longer shorts, just chilling. Something maybe like that. Just relaxing, comfort, not trying to go too much, but enough to show that I've gotten there.
As long as you don't become one of those dudes that wears like sandals everywhere, like flip flops, you're gonna wear like flip flops and cargo shorts and like a fucking Hawaiian t-shirt or whatever. Change your name to Braden or whatever. Just don't become one of those guys, man. Don't change. But yeah, I think honestly I can't wait to like lose a little weight. I won't feel as bad wearing sleeveless shirts again, I was a little thrasher kid and I missed my sleeveless shirts, but I don't fit in them anymore. And I know that because I still have them. And when nobody's looking, I'll try and squeeze into those things like a little sausage, and I'll be like, nope, not today. But now I'm realizing like they're just too small. Like I had like small shirts, and like even today, like once I'm like at my best weight, I should be wearing like a medium, and like because I just have like a bigger, like I have like broader shoulders, even though I'm like not very tall. I got broad shoulders. I'm like a little dwarf. 5'9" is a dwarf. Feels like it when you're a dude. Girls who are 5'9" are somehow freaks of nature or something. They're all like, I'm 5'7". Sorry, I'm so tall. Like what? And I'm like, I'm 2 inches taller than that, and girls think I'm a midget. Like you should see Tinder. You've been on Tinder. They're all like looking for a 6-foot warrior. Yep. Even though they're
I mean, I think that sounds good for you, in the medium and all, but I'm going to be honest. Your size, your shoulders, what I'm going to be excited for is when we hit this gym, get down to our weight, and then you finally decide you want to start doing some lifting, and you throw on some damn muscle, and you get back into them larges, but y'all cut out looking like one of them damn creeps on TV that are just like, I'm at the gym 84/7. And you're like, that's not even a real number in a mountain of a week. You're like, hell yeah, I'm about it. That's my goals for you, man.
Going to the gym that often makes you do that kind of math. See, no, I do not. I don't want that for myself. I just want to not struggle to bend over and pick up stuff more than like once in a minute. If I do it, I don't want to be like do it twice and I'm winded. I remember when I was skinny and I could do everything. No, it's not the case. But it's whatever. How long have we gone for? Just forever. 390.
390 seconds?
Yeah.
12, 18, 24,
So like
36, 6 minutes?
6 minutes? That's it? No, there's no way we've only been going for 6 minutes. We've already covered so many topics. All right. Well, let's so we're doing this weight loss. It should be pretty damn dope. So far Aaron's lost like 8 pounds or some shit, and I've lost like 5. So we're definitely in the front running. My mom, I don't think she's trying. She hasn't been going to the gym. She's probably been eating fine, but like I don't know, she's not in the gym every day like we are, for sure. It's gonna be scary. I'm probably gonna lose just because you got a lot more to lose than I do, so it's just gonna melt off. Fuck. I should just get you to switch up diets every other week. That way you just gain a bunch of weight. All fat. No, all carbs. No, all fat again. No, all carbs. No, at the same time. Pizzas. All pizzas. Look, I found an article online of this guy who only ate pizza and got shredded. Check it out. This could be you.
I'm going to be real. If you find that, I might just try it. Oh, man. Nah, I think your mom would do pretty good, though. I mean, a lot of studies show that, like, a lot of weight loss is, 80% your diet. So, I mean, I think as long as she, like, does really good, she can get down there along with us. She'd probably beat us. I mean, but I would like to see her come to the gym with us a few times. That'd be pretty cool.
So just hopping back to the topic of you can lose weight via pizzas, hungryhowies.com happens to say there's a whole study here. Study suggests you could lose weight eating pizza. straight from the Hungry Howie himself. And for example, a large slice of cheese pizza from Hungry Howie's has 200 calories. If you opt for thin crust, you'll save 40 calories. So that's only 160 a slice, to be honest. It's not bad if you can just have like 2 slices like a day. Fuck.
6 slices of pizza a day and that's it.
I could probably do that, actually. That sounds pretty good. I'd probably do it 3 and 3, though. I'd probably just have like 3 for lunch and 3 for dinner. That's how I'd roll.
You know how many toppings you'd have to add onto that to get your daily value?
Pepperoni, probably. That was a cheese pizza, by the way. So
You would have to add pepperoni.
look, let's try the opposite of hungryhowies.com and go to verywellfit.com. What is the pizza diet? There's a picture of a pizza with fucking nothing on it, I swear to God. Maybe it's cheese, I can't tell, but it literally just looks like bread.
Some people use pita.
PETA, what the fuck? Those people should be in prison. Alright. Well, listen, skipping the pepperoni and sausage can make your pizza fit, so all we need to do is put pepperoni and sausage on it.
No, it said skipping those.
How I lost nearly 100 pounds eating pizza. Hey, Aaron, I found a one-off of this guy who lost 100 pounds on pizza, and this could be you. That literally looks like
That looks fake.
blocks of cheese, and he fucking duct tape pictures of tomatoes to it. It looks so not like a pizza you would actually get. So when people are like, look at this. So when people are like, yeah, you could lose weight like eating only pizza. This thing that we're looking at is literally like
Those are tomatoes.
tomatoes, bread, cheese. Like, it is so basic and like it's not like fucking Hunt's tomato sauce and barbecue sauce and fucking chicken and all kind. It's like somebody made this shit and like used the bare minimum, and they're like, yeah, you can just eat pizza forever. Let's see. You say he had lots of headaches, but after the first month, he was good. He was just like Papa John. What the fuck? This guy, he lost a crazy amount of weight. I mean, not like a ton. He doesn't even look that much smaller. What? 370 to 270. Does he look 100 pounds smaller though?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. He's got a lot of neck. That's true. All right. Well, I mean, so are you down to go on the all pizza diet?
600 I mean, looking at this, all right. Happens to be pretty healthy. Fewer than 600 calories for the whole thing. And that's like,
You can have 600. The whole
it's like the whole pizza is less. Yeah, the whole pizza is less than 600 calories. So it's like, you could have 2 of those and a salad and actually come out pretty fine, I guess. But fuck that. I mean, unless I could make like a diet breakfast pizza, though. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Do like maybe almost like a quiche or something like that in the morning. That'd be pretty great.
This one's literally like.
Oh, we found a new one.
This one's literally like 1 piece of pepperoni per slice, and this guy lost 5 pounds in 1 week from only eating like pizza. But it's literally like the most artisan pizza I've ever seen in my life. Like, none of it is like Hungry Howie's or fucking Domino's or whatever. It's like some actual little Italian man is in the back. Exactly. Roberta is back there. Fucking has been doing it for the past 60 years, ever since her family snuck in on a boat from Italy or whatever, and just like has been making. She's like, you throw the cheese, you throw the sauce, you throw the 1 pepperoni per slice, and that's all. And then what do you have as a side? It looks like whole ass fucking leaves of lettuce and some mud water or chocolate milk.
That's the anchovy sauce.
Iced chocolate. That looks like iced chocolate milk.
It does. But the salad thing up there looks like it has the anchovy sauce on it.
Oh, you mean Caesar?
Yeah, it looks like it has the Caesar sauce.
Oh, man. What pizza cleanse rules? There must be crust and no cauliflower hummus stuff. What?
Damn, I feel like
The cauliflower crust is actually pretty good, yeah. There must be cheese or topping. Must be sauce. Olive oil counts, okay. First of all, scurvy, sprinkle kale or whatever on it. What? Put kale on it. Why can't you just have kale on your pizza? What do you mean allowed? No complimentary foods or alcohol. Coffee is allowed because the last time I didn't drink coffee, I got into a heated fight with somebody on the subway. What a bit. This person's terrible. If you're like, if I don't have my coffee, I'm going to get in a fight with somebody on the subway. You're just a shitty person anyway. It's not like that caused, you're not like, oh, no coffee. I guess I got to throw a punch at this fucking, probably throwing punches at fucking Roberta. Poor Roberta's trying to make her way to her fucking pizzeria so she can throw this shit into her authentic brick oven. And I know, just whole ass oranges or something. I don't know. It's a little.
I think it shows.
Size count.
I told him.
No, this is like somebody's blog and they're like, mood. I think I know what heartburn is.
Well, I mean, this is the Cosmopolitan. So, yeah.
Oh, it's this one.
Red
Grape tomatoes.
white anchovies.
Whole ass grape tomatoes, dude. Oh, there's whole ass grape tomatoes there. All right, hold on. I feel like a baked potato.
That looks crazy.
What the
That looks
fuck?
like cilantro.
Yeah, okay. So listen, this is a terrible podcast because people can't see this. So anyway, back to the point. There's multiple people. Look, meet the man who's eating pizza for every meal for 25 years. That means there's a lot of people have lost a lot of fucking weight only eating pizza. Like, look at this dude. He's skinny. That guy looks like the singer from fucking Weezer.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It kind of does. But, I mean, the other thing, too, is like, here's the other thing. It's being able to eat pizza and have self-control. See, that's the other thing. That's the part where I don't fall in, is like I don't have the self-control portion. So, like, once I start eating, I'm going to finish what's there. So, I mean, that's the kind of messed up thing. Or it'd be like, oh, I'm going to have like 2 of them because, I mean, looking at these are kind of weird. And to be honest, I'm not eating like most of these because, I mean, nobody could see them, but they looked pretty weird.
Yeah, a lot of them are fucked up. But I mean, I would definitely eat them. They're just like,
I did a couple.
it's what's crazy. There's another little rant. You go to a restaurant, and it's like the more you fucking pay, the less work they actually have done to the food. You pay like $4, and you get like a salad that's been chopped and blah blah blah, and like they bring you, the person's like, how much cheese do you want on it, blah blah blah. But like at fucking restaurants where it costs like $20 for a salad or some shit, they practically just bring you a head of lettuce and a block of cheese, and they're like, figure it out. Like they're like, it's like you have to construct all your own shit, and like people love it because they're like, oh, it's so authentic, or it's so like whatever. The whole point of doing it is because you didn't want to cook in the first fucking place or like prepare anything. Like meanwhile, they're like, here's your salad, we just ripped a head of lettuce in half and put it down on your plate and drizzled it in oil, and then like put all the stuff around it so you could put it in if you want it or something. It's like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, a lot of the money from that just goes into the presentation itself. It's like, essentially, the more you pay, it's like, that's what you're paying for. Oh, a lot. I mean, I used to work at, when I worked at the Sheraton, one of the places that we had in there was super fancy. I'm not going to mention its name. But the stuff in there was like the stuff you would see on TV, really small portions. And it'd be just like you say, not a whole lot done. Like all their stuff, like it has very minimal done to it, but then the presentation of it all is what like really drives thing up, because it like looks super amazing all put together, and then people just pay crazy amounts for that. But as far as the work goes in, yeah, any of our other kitchens worked like 4 times as hard as that damn kitchen did. But there was no presentation, so it cost way less. It was pretty insane.
That's what I'm saying. It's like now there's those places you can go and like you have like a steak or something and you gotta like cook it yourself on a rock. They're like the rocks that are sitting in the coals and they're like heating up, and you gotta sit there and cook your own steak on a rock, Aaron. They're like, hey, here's some rocks that everybody's cooking all their shit on. Whatever. They're touching it, they're doing whatever. Cook your shit on a rock right here. Even though we live in 2020, I can say that now. We're in the fucking future. We got grills, we got cast irons, we got that guy on YouTube who's building huts out of mud and shit. Like he's probably got something a little more set up than a goddamn rock sitting in some coals. Like I'm saying, it's just that they're deconstructing food and like charging you more for it. It's pretty fucked up. Look at this. Pizzas are really good. Literally, it's just gonna be bread, a tomato, and a piece of cheese. Like, and they're gonna be like, "That's pizza now."
Well, here's the other thing. Like, so think about like most things when like cars, for instance, you know, something starts getting old, typically becomes a classic, gets more expensive. You know, what if food? What if that's gonna happen to food? Like all the stuff we're eating now, it's like all changing and stuff. So like we want to go get some stuff we used to have. Like, is that gonna be like way more expensive now? You think?
No. Because it's not like we're gonna, unless we like engineer some kind of like new superfood that grows like over the next couple nights, like, and is just a world solution and it tastes great and everybody loves it or something, and like replace all food. Like, we're still gonna like be making corn and fucking tomatoes and blah 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 blah. So like whatever becomes popular is still gonna be made of like ingredients we get today. You know, it's like name one dish that costs more now because it was way back in the day a thing that they used to do.
Yeah, it's a fair point. I can't think any off the top of my head.
Spaghetti's like
So
1,000 years old or something.
yeah, spaghetti's pretty damn cheap. Yeah. Well, yeah, you can make some like super cheap spaghetti, but then it's like, what if you want to like?
Even if you make great spaghetti, it's cheap.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's a fair point. Well, then, what do you think the appeal is? Like, then.
You go buy spaghetti at a place. Like, if you go buy spaghetti at a place, it's still super cheap. Like, what food can you not go to a like that region specific restaurant and fucking get? Like, for like less than $20, $20 can pretty much get you any kind of food you want. Like, do you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree. So then, what I'm thinking then is, would you think it's more of like trying to come up with like some interesting thing to be like, oh, like we have this, and maybe that'll be interesting enough for someone to be like, oh, we should like go out of our house and go there because that's weird and unusual, and I want to try it, like cooking on a rock.
Okay, and as somebody who works for a place that is completely founded on a gimmick, I understand that. Like, I get the whole, like, marketing of it, where you're like, oh, you can come cook your own meat on a rock, and every hillbilly around here that's, like, making six figures because they own a landscaping company or whatever is like, yeah, I'll go pay $30 a steak and cook it myself on a rock because it's crazy. Yeah, like, I get it, but at the same time, it's not cool. I'm sick of that. Just stop deconstructing my shit. Construct my shit and sell it to me. That's why I'm paying you. That's why I'm going out, because I don't want to construct anything. I don't want to heat up my own rock in my backyard and throw a steak on it. I want to go I want to go somewhere and have somebody else throw it on a grill, because this is Arizona in 2020, not fucking, I don't know, Chile in the 1200s or some shit. I don't even fucking know. Like, yeah, so, but also here's a good topic. Like, eating healthy is just really fucking way harder and way more expensive. Like, fucking Doritos and shit like that is like $2, and you could just like nom on Doritos for days or whatever. But like anything else is like health. I was trying to get a bag of Honeycrisp apples, and they were like $4, and then the ones that were like organic were like $7, and I was like, fuck that. But now I'm like, now I really want apples, because apples are really fucking good. Everybody should get into apples.
Yeah, I was there for that too, and honestly, there wasn't even very many apples in that bag. And then to top it off, like just a few days before that, I went and got the egg whites with you, and that was like $4. And it's like, we turned around, you can get like 2 boxes of Ho-Ohs for that. And it's like, what's the world coming to? It's like, I'm trying to like be a little healthy over here, but I turn around and it's easier to just stuff my mouth full of, I don't know, Ho-Ohs and Twinkies or whatever else is there. And it's like, those are the kind of choices that like people have to make when they're there. And they're like a lot of people, like, it's like, you know, what's better for you? Like water or a soda? Well, water. Well, what are you going to get? You can go get the soda because it's there, and it's like they're the same price and the same bottles. And it's like it's just so much easier to get soda, junk food, because like you go to the store, oh, I'm gonna get all this nice stuff, the steak and all that. I'm gonna prepare it, spend this little bit of money, and then you go home and you're like, oh, this is gonna take me like 45 minutes to cook. I didn't plan on that. No, I'm gonna go to Jack in the Box, and then now you're eating 20 tacos and gaining a bunch of weight, and you never set out and cooked that food, so you never know.
Fuck, well, that really sounds anecdotal, like like something you might have gone through personally. But yeah, no, I personally have not eaten 20 tacos like that. One time though, I could share with you guys a fat story from Aaron here. My bad. My friend Evan's never been fat in his life, and he only fucking ate Pop-Tarts. So, Aaron here though, we went to Taco Bell, and this dude.
Fucked up. Don't bring that up.
We went to Taco Bell, and this dude's like, let me get this fucking family meal, grande meal. And I was like, oh, which number is that? And he's like, nah, it's the one over there on the side that's like, hey, feeding a whole fucking starving family. And it's like mix and match 10 different or tacos to burritos. And he got like, 6 burritos, 4 tacos. And he was just fucking inhaling them. Just like, gone. And I was like, Aaron, this is why you fat. And I've always been straight up with Aaron. I've always been like, this is why you fat. Cause you fucking eating a 10 goddamn burritos right now. I'm like, you drinking all this soda or what? This motherfucker, it took me so long. I literally told Aaron, I was like, you need to stop drinking soda. That is like such a problem. And he would tell me, I tried that before. It didn't work. And I was like, that is some bullshit. You can't just do it for a week or something. You need to do it for a while and you'll see. And like, don't eat instead of drinking that soda or some shit. I don't know, but like he swore up and down that like cutting soda out did nothing, but for sure it did something.
Well, in my defense, first of all, I did eat all that fat shit, and I'm gonna throw it out also because you'll know this. Funnily enough, it's always in my worst that I eat my most. So it's like whenever I'm down, like struggling with money, job, work, like that's when I'm always eating the most, and it's the weirdest thing and I don't get it. But I did quit drinking soda that last time for a while, but I did replace it with a ton of eating, so that's why it never worked. But I mean, I also just didn't like water, and now it's kind of growing on me. I think I'm a little older, a little smarter now about the ways of it, and yeah, I've been off of soda for a while now. Yeah, I don't have any reason to go back. I'm not feeling it. I'm like, I don't even feel juice that much anymore as far as like sugary drinks go. I'm pretty much off of most of them. But like a lot of it's just mind over matter and being able to tell yourself no, which is the hardest damn part, to be honest.
Speaking of that, so Jeffrey Epstein totally didn't kill himself, and it's all started to come to light. I mean, it's coming to light from a guy who's been paid by the family to like examine him and stuff. So like, it's like his own physician or whatever. So like, for sure, there's motivation for them to be like, somebody did it. But like, let's get real. Like, somebody did it. Like, the dude did not off himself. Like, dude knew something and they fucking killed him. And all of a sudden, the 2 security guards aren't available, or fucking the security cam like went out. Like, it's not fucking, it wasn't 2019 when it happened, and we have this shit on lock. We have fucking security cam footage and shit like that on lock. But for somehow Jeffrey Ep fucking Steen, like, we can't get a lock on his fucking surveillance. We're like, we got him! He's in prison! Like, he's on suicide watch. And then, you know, all of a sudden it's fucked up. And you know what's crazy is I feel like they could show a video of somebody killing him and it wouldn't change a goddamn thing.
Nah, I don't think it would. And I mean, they might as well have. I mean, first of all, it's man.
More problems that they're not just being
yeah, with it. It's like the more they just don't tell us, like the more we know they did something. And it's like, oh, Suicide watch. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that. He would definitely want to kill himself. Oh, okay, you gave him a buddy, some big, huge dude that's like super jacked and could tear his head off. All right, that's great. Oh, not even a week later. Oh, he's off of suicide watch now? We're going to get rid of his cellmate, put like a security guard at his door that's actually not a security guard, turn off all the cameras, and then hang himself with like paper sheets that can break under slight I don't know, man. None of it seems right. All the missing stuff that like went out of his house afterwards that they've caught on camera from people flying drones around it. Like all the connections and the books, it's nuts. It's hard to believe any of that.
All right, so like I'm not even gonna pretend to be like a Jeffrey Epstein expert or anything, and honestly, I haven't really like super duper kept up with like what's going on with. Hey, stop that! All I know is like a lot of the major headlines going around lately, because like now it's so in the past and like doesn't even fucking matter because nobody is being brought to justice for it. But like if somebody does, that'd be. Well, yeah. But so now they're all like, it's like definitely he got murdered because we're looking at fucking like broke three broken bones in different places and blah blah blah. There's like a guy who was like, in the 80 years I've been prison suicides, like the neck has never been broken in 3 different spots or some shit like that. I don't know, whatever. Who even fucking knows? I haven't done my own independent research until that's how I make my own opinion. But like. All in all, though, it's just so ridiculous how something so blatant happened, and really, there's nothing we could do unless we all just, like, rose up at the same fucking time, which is definitely not happening unless they cut the internet or some shit. If somebody fucks with the internet, now you're going to have an uprising. Like, people are going to get the fuck up, and they're going to be like, no, I will not stand for this. These are kids in cages, and they need to be reunited with their parents, and I need to be able to watch The Mandalorian. Like, they're fucking... Like, the only thing that would get people up and in action is, like, if you take away something like the internet or, like, water or something, like, really fucking that we all need, you know? The internet would be a real good one to rile people up, though. That would get fucking people out in the goddamn streets. But like even then, it feels like no matter how many people you get out in the streets, it doesn't even matter. Like nothing changes. And it's just nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree, and I think part of that, like, I've seen people talk like some hosts of shows, like comedians or whatever, that host like night shows now or whatever, which is pretty cool. You know, but it's like listening to some of them talk, and then like, you know, they'll start to call our governments like our thought leaders, and I'm like, that's super scary, and I think like that's a huge problem, like with stuff like that, and yeah, it's so damn weird. Like nobody's standing up for it. But then like we've got all the like Prince too, the Prince, not Prince, but the Prince. I can't remember the oldest one, the one that had video with Epstein, him at his house and all that, and like I'm not too up to date on that, but I'm pretty sure like not even much is going on with him other than like his mom got mad at him a bit, and like it's like that we could definitely probably look into that a little bit. I mean, maybe not us, but his family sure could.
Yeah, dude, the Queen just like took away the Land Rover privileges or whatever, and was just like slap on the wrist. You shouldn't have been fucking little kids. Oh well. You know, we've been doing it for hundreds of years or whatever. That's why their teeth are all fucked up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Nobody British is going to hear this anyway. Who cares? Out of our 6 friends who might listen to this, and they'll never even get to this point, so it's cool. Yeah, so that's crazy. Politics in general is crazy. This whole Iran thing is nuts. It's so funny seeing the fucking memes of... tweets from Donald Trump saying President Obama's gonna start some shit with Iran. Watch, don't let Obama start some shit with Iran because blah blah blah. And then all of a sudden, fucking he's starting shit with Iran, like kind of fucking shit up. Just goddamn, how did we let this guy become a president? The embassy bombing. Yeah. So they bombed. Yeah, and then like, well, no, that listen, I don't want to like go on record saying any of this. I'm not like super up to it. Okay, so from my understanding, though, is like the embassy got attacked, but I don't know if it was necessarily like Iranian like government that was doing it, but then I know like some air base got bombed by us, and that was the one that like killed that guy.
That's about as much information as I know.
Yeah, and now Fox News is like, thank God that this guy you just heard of is dead now because he was a bad motherfucker. They're like, let me tell you, I don't even want to start telling you some of the stuff he did because it's bad. Just everybody, just thank the Lord that Donald Trump bombed this guy to hell because he was just a terrible person, and you just gotta trust us on that. He led attacks against soldiers. Like, they're never like, if they could be like, this guy specifically set up, the training for unlocking your seatbelt and taking over an airplane or whatever. They had nothing. They were just like, yeah, he was like, sure, he was in Al Qaeda, whatever. Or, that's probably not even close, but he was in, he's in whatever. He's in the bad guy squad. What are they called now? The Axis of Evil? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know too much on him either, but yeah, I've heard the same thing from like Fox, and then I've heard from other people like he wasn't a bad dude, he was pretty cool. So I was like, I'm not quite sure which one I believe. So it's like something I'm definitely going to have to look into later, find out who this guy actually was and stuff. But I mean, yeah, it's just been a few days, but I mean, yeah, it's been all over the news, and World War III's gonna start. But yeah, the memes are all great. I've been pretty fun with those, even without the Facebooks. But I've been catching them on other people's.
And it's like, it's not even like, is he a bad guy or not? Like, it's pretty clear he had some like ties with whatever. I mean, whatever. There's like all kinds of shit coming out about the dude. Who knows what's real? Who knows what's not? But like, even then, look at how important of a person he was. Now, was it worth it to kill him? Like, now it's got Iran's attention to like come fuck us up, but like, was it worth it to kill that one dude? And like, as far as I understand, it wasn't like they meant to kill that guy. It was just like a bombing, and they got that guy, and then yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. It's just the whole thing's fucked up, but yeah.
I think it was like, I think basically like what they did was like, when you're in a game and you're like at a boss and you're like, I don't know if I can actually like beat this or like where I'm going, and you just go for it, and then you're like, oh man, I just found like a secret boss and destroyed him, and they were like, oh yeah, no, we did that. Nah, that was our plan the whole time. Like, this guy was bad, and we got him. So you guys are good. Don't worry about it. Got your back. By the way, 2020's coming around, so I'm going to use this for like a while. So, yeah, that's where I think it's kind of gone from and going to.
That's another thing. Do you think that Lord Emperor Trump is actually pulling the trigger a little too early here? You think, like, is he going to ride this out all the way to November? Like, no. So think about people who are saying, like, he's only doing this for re-election or whatever. It's obvious this was some kind of freak accident where they killed the wrong dude, or because we just bomb them all the fucking time anyway because we're terrible. But, like, that's a whole nother thing. So, like, do they really think he's staging it this fucking early to like get real? Like, no, it's gonna happen like maybe 2 months before the election or something, or like a month before the election, even, where everybody's like, oh, we need to rattle under our president because he's gonna have a plan, and if we switch presidents, he's not gonna know the plan, or whatever the fuck excuse we got for that. I don't know. So like, do you really think they would do it this fucking early? Probably not. Like, unless they're planning on like doing this monthly up until like election, we're like, look, we're really fucking shit up, so you need to let us stay here so we can fix it.
Yeah, unless they're like, right now they were trying to put pressure on him, and then they fucked up a little bit, and stuff got escalated. And it's like now they could use it to like push pressure and pressure. As long as they don't attack back, they could write it. But like, I feel like if they attack back and it actually escalates, then there won't be any way to write it. We're just going to be full blown out.
It's crazy to me is like we're bombing Iran in certain places like all the damn time, and like you start reading that their parliament just voted to like remove U.S. troops from Iran. Like if we were just sitting there bombing them all the time, then like what I'm getting at is like the headlines that are coming out. It's like we're bombing Iran, and then it's like Iran's voting to remove American troops from our blah blah blah. Like they make it sound like they're like they don't want us there. They do want us there to like do other shit, like because we like work with them for other shit, but like they don't want us just running fucking bombings on places we think there might be terrorists or something or whatever. But like it's funny that like they'd be like, nah, we're just voting to like you guys just gotta get out of here. Like you're causing too much trouble now. Like it was cool when you were killing bad guys, but now you're killing our dudes, and that's not cool.
Yeah, what's gonna be weird is to find out if like we're not just doing that there. I mean, because like as far as I know, that's about it. But I'm like, yeah, but like imagine what happens. It's like we're gonna be like over in like South Korea one day, and then they're just gonna be like, you know what, actually, like you guys are making more of a problem with like North Korea or whatever other people we're having problems with than we could actually deal with on our own. So like, could you guys get out? And then we're like, oh, you're like attacking us or something? What's up? And then like we hit them.
All right, so speaking of that, remember how there were a ton of headlines that were like Donald Trump and fucking Kim Jong-un are homies for life now or whatever. Zeke, chill. Dennis Rodman saved the day. Yeah, with his wedding dress or whatever. Yeah, no. But remember there were all those headlines that were like Donald Trump and him, and there was those pictures of them together and they're shaking hands and blah, blah, blah. What happened? No follow-up. It's like, hey, guys, we're tight now. Bam, fist bump. They got into their respective planes and then just never fucking saw each other or talked again. And he was even like, Kim Jong-un wrote me a beautiful note. It was the most beautiful note I'd ever read. And like, what the fuck happened? Do you recall any kind of like follow-up after that?
Yeah, I'm like, don't 100% quote me on this, but like I do remember seeing just like the other day, there was something about like North Korea and them stopping some of their nuclear testing. If I'm not mistaken, like I could definitely be wrong, but I mean, let's see.
China, Russia, North Korea, Iran confronting the new axis of aggression and evil.
Oh yeah.
Axis of evil, I called it earlier.
Oh, the axis of aggression and evil. That sounds great. We're gonna have to get Space Force on this.
Nuclear threats from Iran and North Korea working together.
Ooh, now it sounds like Iran and North Korea working together.
After fucking 6 hours ago, North Korea's Kim Jong-un announced he would no longer observe a self-imposed moratorium of testing the intercontinental ballistic missiles and the nuclear warheads in his growing arsenal. All right, so whatever. But a lot of these are just like the flashy headline is like Iran and North Korea are working together.
Say he stopped?
Who?
Didn't that just say he stopped testing them? Stopped testing them?
Last Tuesday, North Korea announced he would no longer observe a self-imposed moratorium. So, what the fuck is a self-imposed moratorium? I'm not even going to pretend to know what that is, even though, yeah, self-imposed moratorium and definition. Here we go. Self-imposed restriction. He's not gonna observe a self-imposed restriction on the testing of his missiles. He just wants to fucking test them all he wants. It's the opposite of that. So essentially, it looks like North Korea and Iran are teaming up to take on America. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've fought against Koreans in many wars, World War III, Black Ops 2, all of them. And let me tell you, Koreans are fucking scary. Because one guy with like 3 Korean letters can come out and wipe out your whole goddamn squad. And you don't even know how to pronounce his name. And he is only using a soundboard to communicate. Yeah.
But I mean,
the soundboard's also in Korean.
back to like the Korean War, we didn't exactly win that shit.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend to know a whole lot about the Korean War. I'm talking more about South Korea right now, to be honest with you. Because Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I'm saying the South Korean gamers. Yeah. Like, no, for sure. I know North Korean gamers they're going to be awful because they're not allowed to beat Kim Jong-un. So they have to sandbag their whole fucking life.
He never goes to the bathroom, so he doesn't have to take a break.
That's true. He doesn't have a butthole, and he doesn't sweat. That's what I hear. But he...
You know he got a hole-in-one his first time playing at golf ever?
I did know that. I'm thinking... No, he's got to be the best player of every video game in North Korea, right? He's the Fortnite champion. He's the Mortal Kombat champion. He's beaten everybody at Street Fighter. Not a single person is beating him at Tetris 99. Nobody's aiming at him, that's for damn sure, because you go to the gulag if you fucking aim at the supreme leader. So you fucking avert your crosshair and get put down like the animal you are. With some dignity. But yeah, like, think about it. He's got to have every record for every video game, right? Including Tetris, even though it's Russian.
I would assume. Yeah, I mean, I would assume so. I mean, that was a lot I didn't think about, actually. Like, he's probably got some crazy record. You know what video I kind of want to see now? I want to see Kim Jong-un in a slap bass battle. You know, I feel like... he's got to be number one, you know? Just see him up there. I just want to see it go down. I mean, him on a bass. I mean, then he could probably shred on the guitar right after. That'd be crazy.
Do you think they have a law there that, like, if they ask you if you've ever seen the Supreme Leader do something, you have to say yes, and it was the best I've ever seen anybody do that thing? Like, have you ever seen the Supreme Leader play bass? Oh, yes, and it brought me to tears. It was so beautiful. I've never seen anybody play like that, and I felt blessed to be in the presence of Supreme Leader regaling me with his eighth note open E or whatever. You know, like, you gotta pretend like whatever they just asked you. Have you ever seen Kim Jong-un do motocross? Oh, yes, and he did 12 backflips off of a curb. Like, you gotta make it, or they just fucking shoot you right there. Like, how dare you suggest the Supreme Leader has not conquered every single person in air hockey? Like, that's gotta be a thing, like, right?
Oh, man. It's either that or that's how they test the loyalty of the people. They're just like, no, we're just going to throw it out there that he does this stuff. And then anybody who denies that, they're just going to go missing for a while. And then, now everybody just kind of knows. Yeah, exactly. It's like after so many people just go mysteriously missing. Yeah, I mean, you just figure out he's hitting every hole in one. I mean, it's either he's hitting every hole in one or you're going missing. And I feel like at that point, I'd be like, man, he destroyed me at everything I've ever... Rubik's Cube, man, he solved it faster than that computer that did it in like 2 seconds. This guy's in a machine, and I don't like it.
No, that's the thing. You have to like it. Like, you can't not like it. You have to be like, I wept, no matter what it was. I literally fucking cried because it was so great. High jumps, I've never seen somebody jump as high as Glorious Leader because it was like taller than a giraffe for sure.
You know what that makes me wonder?
What does it make you wonder?
What are the beauty standards in North Korea?
I'm gonna guess a shaved side of the head with the thing all popped over. Yeah.
I feel like chubby dudes of the world could kill it in North Korea.
That's true. Well, unless you're Kim Jong-un.
Or get killed.
Kim Jong-un seems kind of like the kind of guy where he would call other people fat.
Oh yeah.
But like you're not, because you're not allowed to call him fat.
Well, he's not fat.
You're not allowed to be like,
That's a lot of muscle.
fuck you, fatty. Because he'd be like, all right, gulag or whatever, like guillotine, whatever the fuck they're doing over there. I don't know what kind of French influence they had going on in North Korea, but I'm sure it made its way there eventually.
Yeah, they're probably gas chambering people.
Oh God, no, they're probably making them dance to death or something. No, but listen, there's like generational punishment, where they're like, okay, you're gonna work in the mines and you're gonna fuck, and then you're gonna raise a kid, and then that kid's gonna fuck, and you, that kid, and that kid's kid are here forever. But once that kid has a kid, then he can go out and live. Like, you get like, oh, you were stealing, like you, your kid, and your kid's kid are gonna be mining, so start making a kid with this other prisoner. Think about that. Just like there's probably just women in North Korea that are like forced to fuck, the miners or whatever. Or maybe they're miners themselves. Maybe it's a whole mining colony. Maybe they even have a dating website.
Have you seen their women?
Miners only.
Their women's like militia?
They have a women's militia. That's pretty progressive for North Korea.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty good. I was watching a thing on North Korea not too long ago, like these people visiting and going through all this stuff. And it was kind of interesting. They got brought around to like a lot of propaganda sites and stuff, and then they ended up making a lot of problems for the people. But they kept, what was it? They kept bringing up points, so they would take them to like propaganda sites and stuff, where they would talk about it, like, "Oh, this is where we like fucking destroyed World War I by ourselves." Or whatever, and then the guy was like, "Oh, hey, what about like this plane that went missing that time because you like shot him down and like all this stuff?" And they were like, "We're gonna need to have a talk with you." And they just like pulled him off to the side for like 3 hours and were like, "Actually, you can't say any of that stuff, and we're actually gonna have to take your camera now, go through all your stuff, delete it all, and then you can go back and then go to a new area." And then they would go around. The most interesting place though was the schools. Because, like, the little kids, they would have them, like, doing crazy music and, like, all this other stuff. So the kids are actually, like, phenomenal at a bunch of stuff. But it's just, yeah, it's, like, just a shame. Because, like, once they get older, like, they're like, "Oh, you're out of school now, gulag."
Yeah, it's hard to avoid the gulag, for sure.
North Korean, the gulag.
Yeah. Damn, dude, we've been going at this for a while. We got, like 233 hours of disk space. A lot, just a lot, like 1,700 seconds.
So 170 divided by 60 is 612.
No, it's 1,700 divided by 60.
Yeah, we've almost been going for 30 minutes.
28 minutes. Damn. So we're gonna wrap this up. We've covered a lot of topics: weight loss, dogs. In the beginning when we were testing the microphone, if you heard that, that was just testing to see if this works. We went over North Korea, Iran, Lord Emperor Trump, who is gonna Epstein, yeah. The prince. Now Korea, yeah. Kim Jong Un and Iran are tight now. So we got to get friends, you guys. We need to say, "Hey, Mexico, listen. I'm really sorry for all that fucked up shit I said about you a couple months ago. I'm sorry about what I said about your people. I'm sorry about what I said about the wall. I'm sorry I told everybody that I was going to make you pay for it. Like, we knew that wasn't true. Like, come on. Like, but we need your help because now Iran and North Korea are tight." But it's like, it doesn't feel like imminent danger until they like come and storm America, right? Which is crazy. We just keep everybody out, but like we're literally just like all up in Iran.
Yeah, you're not wrong. The weird thing I think about it, like this is me personally, like I don't feel any imminent threat from Iran and Korea, like at all. And I think the changing moment for me would be like if somebody else got involved, like China, somebody else like Russia, somebody big, if they also got involved in it, like towards us. That's the point where I'd be like, shit, now it's real. Like, now it's like really real. Because like before it was just like, oh, we're kind of been at a standstill for like ever, kind of going back and forth. It's like a passive aggressive relationship almost, you're like, "Oh, well, if you just not happy, you should leave." And you're like, "Oh, well, you're a bitch, lady." And like that's our relationship with all these other countries, but it's about to like unfold and all these countries are about to had enough, and we're about to see our episode of Forensic Files. And I'm not kind of sure how that's going to go, but it'll definitely be interesting to see because we haven't had one in our lifetime.
See, it's true, but like we have like all kinds of allies and stuff. Like we have like Great Britain, we're homies with them because we both speak English, and like Australia, they're on fire, but we're still cool. And like Canada,
like we got the biggest superpowers.
We're all part of North America over here.
Like essentially, I think we have the EU.
Yeah, except for Prussia. You know, they're like, I don't know, they don't like us somewhere.
But I mean, I know our Navy's cool. I know our Navy's
Yeah.
cool for sure. Like we definitely have the biggest Navy, and I know that gives us an uphand. But I don't know about the rest of it.
Yeah. I don't.
Like we have the most destroyers, we have the most everything. Like
Yeah, I
Navy
think.
wise, we're good, but
Like, I'm not. That's the thing, though. I don't think it'll. What do you think would actually take for somebody to like attack America? Like,
It'd take a lot.
it would take a lot because they would have to be like, all right, like America's got more nukes than like everybody fucking combined. So like,
essentially, you have to look at it this way: like they, like essentially, like they would have to have the biggest balls, because like nobody's fucking like even China. Like as much as they're like fuck America, they're not bombing us. So that really puts a thing on there, and it's like Korea's been trying for a while, which I think that goes to like I'm really sure he's got little man syndrome. Just throwing that out there. I'm just gonna say that. But now that he's got a homie backing him, it could be like the Mussolini fucking Hitler thing, you know? I mean, that's what started. Mussolini was all like, hell yeah with this fascism stuff, and then nobody was like, exactly. Nobody said anything, and then they finally beat these people barely, and they were like, oh, okay, there's a little bit of promise there, and then they got scooped up, and then nobody remembers Mussolini anymore because somebody bigger picked it up, and I feel like if that happens to Korea right now, because like it easily could, nobody remembers about who starts the war. They remember about the big powers that fought later, so it could be fucking weird.
I mean, come on, Pearl Harbor though, like that started the war. I mean, okay, well that started us entering the war. That's how we got into it. So you're right. There was some shit going on before. It's fucked up though. It took them doing something to us for us to fucking. Yeah, we were like, nah, fuck that. That's between you guys. Which is fucked up though, because now what happens when Iran and North Korea are like, fuck you guys, and Great Britain's like, well, we'll get in the middle of that. Oh, that was Australian as fuck.
Honestly, I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. Like, I really hope a bunch of fucking people don't start jumping in like it's World War I, because that's exactly what started that shit, was the ally system. And, yeah, we were supposed to do away with that so that these world wars wouldn't happen like this. So I feel like that would be a good decision, and maybe that's like where we stood in World War II, but I can't really say that now. But I feel like our president's going to definitely jump in and just start some shit.
So here's another thing. All right. So talking about that, like, I think it's kind of dangerous now with the internet and stuff that like people are so like team oriented, you know, like left versus right. But like, so here's the thing, like even beyond that, like think about if there just was a world war, like say fuck left versus right, like we're stuck with Trump, whatever. Like even if there was a world war, people would be like making memes about like certain teams and shit. No, and like it would like kind of enforce it. It would be like, yeah, it's us versus them. It's us, the allies, versus China, Iran, fucking Sri Lanka. We'll throw them in there because they slighted us once or whatever, you know, like basically they're just like, these are the bad guys and we're the good guys. And it's like, it's dangerous because with all the information being spread so quickly, like all it takes is some random asshole to spread some infographic a million times that's like, yep, we're the good guys, these are the bad guys, because like they all whatever. Here's an article where one dude from China like did a pay it forward at Starbucks to a dude from Iran, and like they're linked now.
Yeah, what's crazy too is like a lot of people in our country don't know what the hell's going on at all, but then a lot of people in other countries definitely sit there and look at our news and find out what's going on with us because it matters, but we don't care because we're like, hell yeah, Netflix just put out a new show with like 35 episodes. I'm going to watch that by the end of next week. And then by the time that next week goes on, you're like, oh, they're shutting down the internet? Why? Oh, shit. Well, good thing I finished those damn 35 episodes. But, yeah, it's so weird that, like, most people I talk to end up knowing more about, like, politics and stuff than I do here. And that's what, like, that's one of the things that really got me to start looking into it more, because I was like, if all these other people that don't live here care that much, there has to be some reason to like care at least a little. So yeah, but yeah, I also agree with the partisan thing. It's all fucking weird, and like people are definitely going to be like throwing up team whatever versus team blah. But I mean, also those are going to be definitely funny though, because you're going to see a bunch of weird shit.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be super funny shit, but like, it's like, but it's scary because then like the government can use that to like kind of reinforce.
Oh yeah.
Like they'd be like, yeah.
Fucking like 2020 election posters.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, well, enough people are stupid enough to, like, buy into this. We're just going to fucking milk it because, like, anybody who's smart enough probably doesn't have the fucking time or want to put in the effort to, like, try and dispel this misinformation or whatever the fuck, you know?
You're going to see fucking Trump retweeting them.
Yeah, seriously. It's, like, not even a joke. You're going to see Trump retweeting that shit.
Look at... He's gonna be like, look, this meme I saw of Counter-Strike, it shows us going in with an anti-terrorist, and we're going in, and we shot 1v5 all of them, and that's exactly how this is gonna go in real life. And yeah, he's gonna retweet that with that exact caption. I'm calling it now, and it's gonna be just hilarious and also fucking scary as all hell in the same bit.
Yeah, we're all going to get dragged to hell because Donald Trump's going to retweet some bullshit for sure. I can agree with you on that one. Fuck, I think we talked about a lot of stuff and we've been over 30 minutes. Maybe we should call this one, you think?
Let's do it.
Yeah, this has been pretty good. Thanks for tuning in, whoever's tuning in. It might just be us when we're older, or maybe it's our kids. Who knows? This is the kind of shit we were up to on fucking 1/6/2020. We probably won't have shit out for April because it's going to be 420 all fucking month. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. But anyway. Sweet. Let's end it there. Thanks.